18 seasons. Please welcome Emmy Award winner Jeff Probst.
I'm doing great.
I don't understand how, first of all, 10 years, 18 seasons, how do you do that?
Well, it's 2 a season, except on years that are odd numbered, in which January 1st falls on a Wednesday. Then we do 3. No, it's actually been 9 years, and we do 2 a year. So
okay.
It's 18 seasons. This is our 9th year. We're starting our 10th year.
Now, and how long does one take to go and shoot? How long are you someplace?
We shoot for 39 days. That's the actual shooting time. 39 straight days, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And that's how long you're there?
Yeah, I'm there, about 42, 43 days, yeah. But our crew, advanced crew, is there usually about 5 months.
And what about jet lag and stuff when you go to places like that? Are you just kind of used to traveling?
No, you still get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think you would be, but those first few days your sleeping is off. And plus the last couple of times in Gabon, which was last year, and this year in Brazil, Ellen, we're out in the middle of a field that is literally a field. There's no, 7-Eleven or a bar to go to. It's just you and me and these same people that you see every time. You heard the same stories, and you start to go a little nuts.
Well, what do you do? Like, so you do your thing and you shoot the show, and then you go back to your, what are you in it, like a tent?
We're in now we get walls though. We get 4 walls and a floor and an air conditioning unit, and then a nylon sort of tent thing. And it's your little bed, your little cot, and your laptop. So you watch Damages, season 1.
Yeah.
And that's fun for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And then it always reverts back to deep talk. Always. I don't know what it is about human nature. We sit out on somebody's little deck with a bottle of wine and you talk about your love life and your death and life, and then you realize my life sucks and I got to get home and figure it out.
Well, because how can you have a normal life? What do you do? Like, do you go on vacation? Because you're on vacation for a job. So where do you go when you want to go away? You go home.
Yeah, you're right.
And what is the most beautiful place that you've been to?
There's been a few. There's this place, Palau, in Micronesia, that is the prettiest water that I've ever seen. You can see 50 or 60 feet down.
Wow.
But then we've been to places like the Cook Islands off of New Zealand that you're in an island community, and in that place we lived with those families. And that's a place where like the Mel Gibson movie, the island women are always beautiful. And not most islands. They're missing front teeth, because that's a sign of beauty. They'll pull their teeth out when they're married, and they'll pull one out when they have a kid. And so
is that true?
Yes. And so you're living with real island community people, and you feel completely
pretty?
You feel gorgeous. But you're so removed from this world, and then you come back after the show and you land at LAX, and it's boom, pow, ping, pong.
Yeah.
You forget where you came from.
Yeah. I mean, this must be intense to come back from that kind of silence and peace, which is what we're all looking for, and then have to drive around in traffic and adjust. And what are the extreme conditions there's footage of you getting, is it bugs? Or what's happening to you?
The bugs. Okay. This won't tell the story. It was so miserable.
So this didn't air. This is out.
This is in between questions. I would say, it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I would imagine that happens all the time.
It'd be like you interviewing me.
Yeah.
While I'm answering, you're going.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And then it cuts back to you and you go, so love life?
Yeah. Wow.
It's good living on Survivor.
Yeah, and then I'm sure people are getting bit by snakes all the time, right?
We did. We actually had, well, not all the time, but this season we had 4 full-on medical evacuations for snake. We have crew guys that, Ellen, live their life out in the middle of nowhere. This guy, Paulo, is wearing flip-flops, and a poisonous snake bit him. Typical Survivor fashion, though, our cameraman gets bit by a poisonous snake, finds the snake, grabs it, saves it for a wildlife expert, Carl, who comes over, and he's this big guy who loves to find wildlife, and he looks at the snake and goes, yep, poisonous. So they wrap his leg all the way up to his groin, put him on the evacuation, helicopter him out.
Wow.
4 times, but everyone was okay.
I mean, it's an amazing show, but what a life that all of you lived to try to capture that.
It is a little, thinking about coming back and doing a studio-type-based show is so different from that. Living out there.
Yeah, I mean, I remember we had a fly in here once. It was crazy.
You got the feral cat.
Man, I don't want to talk about it. You can catch Survivor. we'll play that game that I won't say the name of right after this.